So let's get into the media bed now. I told you that the deep water culture system and the media bed, this is where they separate when we start doing the drainage. The deep water culture system, we use that larger standpipe. Remember? Now we're only going to use a small standpipe. It's only about an inch above the surface. It's only about an inch above the surface. We want the least amount of water to pond up in this media bed. And this is, for a disclaimer, this is different from a flood and drain system that some of you guys might run into. This is not that. This is a continuous flow. The water comes in, the water goes out. This is what we're using here. And this little mechanism that's around the drainage is basically just a 4-inch PVC pipe with a slit in it, and it's basically blocking out all the rocks from clogging up the standpipe. We want to keep all those large rocks out so we can have a clear standpipe and clear water flow coming through. So the next step is to put our media inside of the system, or go and get some type of media. And from here, what I'm doing is just using some river rock. You want to make sure that whatever you get, it doesn't have any type of limestone in it. It's clear of limestone. And when you bring it back, you want to make sure you rinse it out as much as you can. I mean, there's a lot of debris and stuff inside of these inside of this rock, a lot of dust and stuff inside of this gravel. So just rinse as much as you can get out of it, and before you put it in your system. But it's still going to be a lot left in there when you put it in there. So we don't want to use anything with limestone. Just remember that we don't want anything to fluctuate the pH levels in our system, and anything that has come in contact with limestone will definitely do that. So this is just some river rock, neutral pH, doesn't do anything to our pH at all. And that's what we're going to install in our system. And I went, and to fill up one of these beds, it's going to take about a ton, and between a ton and a ton and a half, more towards the ton and a half side to fill it up, to be honest with you. So you can look forward to getting about a ton and a half of the river rock. This is about 3/4 inch to an inch river rock. You're pretty much going to run you around that amount. So once we have everything together, we're going to start, however you can put it in there, using a bucket, using whatever you can, start dumping it in there. Make sure you don't get in there and just start tossing it in there though, because we don't want to puncture our pond liner. So just put it in there however you can, get the bed filled up to whatever capacity you want to put it at, whatever level you want it at. And then from there, we can begin to start addressing the plumbing. The plumbing is fairly simple with this. What we're doing is just coming up through our inlet. We have a ball valve placed on there to control the flow. Then we split the flow and we go down 2 sections. And then from there, each pipe has holes drilled in them, 7 30-second holes drilled in them with some tubing that's inserted in there. We already went over this in the first system that we build on how to insert and how to put these in there. So you can go back to that build for the reference. But these are basically spaced out about 12 inches. That's pretty much the minimum for this. I mean, these are big crops that are going to be in here. So 12 inches, and that's probably too small. But 12 inches just gives you enough wiggle room to fit. If you're going to put some kale in there or whatever, then you'll be able to do 12 inches. But if you're going to put like collards, you're going to need pretty much 24-inch spacing. So it just depends on what you're going to grow in this system. But it's pretty much built for the larger crops. So just keep that in mind when you're doing that. Make sure at the end of each one of the plumbing lines you put a cap on there. These have 1/2-inch caps on here. This whole line here is just a 1/2-inch line. You just put an end cap on here to make sure that the flow doesn't just come all the way out. And we want to make sure that it's being directed towards the root zone of the plant. And then from there, boom, we have a plant. It's as simple as that. Once you let it grow, get your system running, get it cycled, get the nutrients flowing through the system, get it established, your bacteria, boom, we have plants growing. They're taking up nutrients and they're just thriving inside of the system. This is what we want to see. Nice, green, healthy plants. Woo! I'm telling you. Aquaponics. I just gotta love this game, man. This is the passion. Growing healthy food, not breaking my back doing soil work. Woo! I mean, I'm telling you, if it wasn't for aquaponics, I wouldn't even be farming right now.